If you have plans to buy land, here are three things to look out for to save yourself from wasting your money. Number one is to check the legality of the land. Request to see the documents that the land has. You can use that to verify or validate the ownership of the land from Ministry of Lands. Check if the land is under government acquisition or if it's a government barred land. Make sure you check all the legal parts. Engage a lawyer if you have one or if you can afford one. It's very, very, very important. Every last thing I'm going to teach you on this video will be a waste of time if you use it to go and buy a fake land. So we're going to proceed to number 2 and number 3 on our list with the assumption that the land you are considering buying is a genuine land. Because number 2 and number 3 are the things that will determine if your land will appreciate fast or not. Okay. If the land will sell for, let's say, 5 million naira, or if the land will sell for 100 million naira in the next 5 years, what I want to share with you is how you're going to know. So pay very close attention to them. Number 2, check the motivation for relocation. What this basically means is that you need to check within that area what could possibly make people want to relocate to that area. Let me explain with 2 examples. Some areas in Ibejuleki that was selling for 500k about 8 years ago are currently selling for 35 million naira right now. The funny thing is that some of these areas don't currently have residents in them yet, but it's selling that high because there's proof that people are willing to relocate there. The refinery and the deep sea ports in those areas is the proof. If you're someone like me, you may not want to live around that kind of neighborhood, or you don't want to move to that area because it basically takes you out of your zone of influence. But it does not mean that you should not consider owning properties in those areas, because it will automatically generate rental income for you. The refinery and the deep sea ports will pull in the crowd, and the crowd will automatically pull in the banks, schools, bars, shops, offices, hotels. All those other things will start springing up here and there once there's crowd. Now ask yourself, the land you're about to buy, what will pull in the crowd there? Or does it already have crowd? If there's crowd, I'm 100% certain that it's already expensive. And if there's no crowd and there's no tendency for crowd and all those other related activities, how then will it appreciate fast? Except you find a real estate company that has a very strong strategy to pull in the crowd by themselves into any land that they are selling. Like for example, the company I'm currently consulting for, they have this easy payment plan that allows people to pay 1,000 naira daily, and these people are able to afford a land within a year, 1 year plus thereabout. I'm even wearing the t-shirt, buy land with 1K. I don't know if it's showing clearly in the video. In their first 3 months of introducing this plan in Lagos, over 5,000 people jumped on it. Within a year, they will have over 20,000 people on that plan. Now, I need you to think about it for a moment. If 20,000 people, which means 20,000 houses, right? If 20,000 landlords spring up within a neighborhood with 2 to 5 people living in each of these houses, that means you have about 40 to 100,000 people in that neighborhood. If 100,000 people come into any neighborhood, banks will speedily go there and put their branches there. Schools will spring up immediately. Bars, hotels, shops, markets, all those things. That's how development comes to an area, and the land just appreciates. So make sure you check for the motivation of relocation before you buy land. Whether it's a real estate company that is enforcing that relocation, or people are moving there maybe in search of greener pastures. Before we go to number 3, I'd like to quickly say this. I want to say this real quick. If you like to take advantage of this 1,000 naira daily plan, to become a landlord, you can click the button or link around this video to go to our website and start the process. Okay, now let's go to number 3. Number 3, check the speed of amenities and development. I know this is not very clear, so I'll explain. Have you noticed that the moment government fixes roads in any area, or maybe they expand the road, like dualize it, almost all the landlords instantly increase their rent? Or if maybe they switch the neighborhood to a more stable power supply of, say, around 22 hours per day, the price of rent will automatically increase. This is because land and everything on land appreciates immediately there's development within the neighborhood where that land is. I was speaking to a friend of mine who owns a real estate development company, and the estate development company has a couple of estates on the island. And he told me that the reason why they confidently sell some of the houses that they developed for about 200 million naira and thereabout is because they were the ones that tarred the roads by themselves. install transformers by themselves, install street lights, the drainages, they did it, they did everything, put everything in place. So you enter their estates and everything looks sweet. That's basically, instantly increases the face value of the area, and that's how development comes and land appreciates. So when you want to buy your land, ask them, like, is there development fee after purchase? Ask them about lights, roads, all those other things, because apart from the fact that these things actually make the area appreciate, you actually need those things for your own good. Or how will you feel if you have a house and the roads are terrible or there's no light in the neighborhood? So these are the three things that you need to look out for should you want to buy a land, right? The legality, motivation for relocation, and the amenities. By the way, my name is Promise Ohanije. I'm a real estate expert with a record of over 1,000 clients in 1 week. I've trained thousands of people on how to buy land, how to sell land, and I also help people check the genuineness of the lands before they go and put their money there. If you are someone who does not have too much money at the moment, but you want to own land, I recommend that you click the button below to take advantage of the 1,000 Naira daily plan. And we'll get to talk soon. I'll talk to you soon. All right, so click the button right now or the link somewhere around this video, and we'll talk soon.